Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to share a product that I've recently started using and also some slight changes that I started making to my on-bike organization system that have helped me tremendously. Before I actually get into that though, I want to take care of a little bit of channel biz, and I'm going to insert chapters so that you can just skip directly to the product review. This is going to be like sharing bad news with you guys, but I recently parted ways with my Bianchi Mega Set, a bike that has been a fixture on the channel and one that I have a tremendous affinity towards because I wanted to make room for another challenge or another project, let's just say. And one of the reasons why I was kind of okay with getting rid of that bike was because a lot of the ride characteristics of that bike are very similar to my Bianchi Pinella. Even though the performance falls a little bit shorter for, two characteristics reasons more than anything else, I felt like it was time for me to get involved in a different project. And in my household, there's no N+1, it's just N. I got what I got, and in order for me to keep happiness and harmony, I've got to do my part. My wife has been a great partner in tolerating the myriad of bikes, frames, tires, parts in the house, so I'm not about to push that. So here's where you come in. I've got two things in mind. Both are kind of like similar themed, but I want to do a modern steel frame. And the characteristics of that would need to be that it has a tapered head tube and press fit bottom bracket. I know the industry is moving away from the press fit bottom bracket, but I feel that with steel frames, one of the things that is missing in terms of that jolt of acceleration is happening in the bottom bracket. That's what I think happens with the Pinella that distinguishes the performance of the Pinella from the V3RS. So I want to find out. Okay, so that's one of the characteristics that I'm looking forward to in a modern steel frame. Maybe something made out of Columbus Spirit tubing, something along the line of the Cinelli Nemo. The other consideration is a titanium frame, same characteristic, tapered head tube, press fit bottom bracket. And I can't believe I have to say this, but I will. In both of those applications, what I'm looking for is something with rim brakes. So if you have suggestions, please sound off in the comment section below and let me know what you think the next project should be. So in a recent video, I completely dissed saddlebags, top tube bags, or any appendage that you would add to your bike as being something that would completely mess up the smooth flowing lines of your bike. Yes, vanity is clearly ruling the day. And over the years, I have gotten used to just stuffing my jersey pockets with all of the things that I felt that I needed to carry on my ride. But my growing love handles over the years has got me rethinking that entire strategy. So I have made two recent changes to help keep myself and the bike looking tidy, and oddly enough, are super practical. So the first change that I've made is that I have ditched my cell phone. I no longer take my cell phone on rides with me, relying instead on a smartwatch with LTE connectivity so that I can make phone calls away from home or my phone, such as in the event of an emergency or just checking on somebody who's meeting me up for a ride somewhere, and it has worked wonders. The amazing thing about it is that it frees up space either in one of my jersey pockets or in my jersey wallet that I can now dedicate to either keeping completely empty or using that as storage for something else. And for those of you who are like, well, what about a quad lock? No, that's a no-go. The last thing that I want is to have my handlebars looking like mission control for some space shuttle thing or something like that. The other question is, well, what about if you need to take pictures? Well, I usually have an action camera with me to capture the moment. And by the way, I recently did a video on a budget-friendly action camera called the Akaso Brave 7. So if you're in a market for a budget-friendly action camera that won't break the bank, you can check that video out, where I actually do a very comprehensive review of how that would work in comparison to my perennial favorite, the GoPro Session 4. Let's get back into the content, and we need to talk about change numero dos. I started recently using something called the SpeedSleev. The SpeedSleev is a non-saddlebag saddlebag, and I love it. It's minimalist, it fits snug, doesn't sway, looks cool on the bike. Remember, that vanity factor really needs to be up there. and it fits the things that I do not want to have in my jersey pocket. For example, my spare tube, a CO2 cartridge, and the applicator. Or in my case, when I'm running tubular, it fits my spare tubular, because my spare tubular is not that much bigger than an inner tube. And yes, I'm one of those odd duck cyclists that still runs tubulars. And if you're like, well, the pros aren't even using tubulars. Well, it's not because they don't want to. It's kind of because they can't. The beauty of the SpeedSleev is in the simplicity of its design. The large opening without any internal pockets makes squeezing items in easy. Has one large main compartment, two small sleeves for CO2 cartridges, tire levers, things of that nature. The Velcro straps makes for a secure, compact, and very tight closure, and a very easy attachment to your saddle rails. I would call the outer shell like semi-water repellent. Water doesn't get in, but it remains a bit damp after it's been wet. So the evolution of my personal on-bike organization system is as follows. Communication is being handled by a smartwatch. I continue to use my jersey wallet to carry items such as money, credit card. I also have my mini pump in here and tire levers. And then you guys have been introduced today to the SpeedSleev, which carries either a spare tube or spare tubular, along with a just-in-case CO2 cartridge and an adapter. Brilliant. The SpeedSleev is available in size small, medium, and large. The size small is what I've demonstrated on this video, but I'm going to post a link in the description below to our Amazon store where you'll be able to find those items, and Betty will be really, really happy if you went in there and shopped to your heart's content. I think it's pretty amazing that by me doing a video about what to carry and how to carry it, I get blessed with information from the cycling community about things that are actually helpful in terms of improving my cycling quality of life. I just love that. So that wraps up today's video. Don't forget to weigh in on whether or not you think I should pursue a modern steel performance frame or a titanium performance frame, and any suggestions that you might have in terms of brands and type and things like that for my next cycling project. As always, guys, our aim here at the channel is to inform, instruct, inspire. Be blessed.